Guy is having network issue.
Yeah, so I think we're live now. Okay, hi everybody. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. Welcome to day 205 of the masterclass on sales by Dine Folio and No Code Africa. So we have in the studio today Mr. Alfred Lazarus. Alfred is going to be the one handling today's session. Yeah, but before we continue introducing Alfred the more, right? So Peter is going to just hold on the session a bit so that we can get more persons to join this because we have like I'm just seeing only two people here right now. So Peter, take over. Let me try to see how I can make reminders.
All right, good evening, everybody, and welcome to day two. So today is going to really be an interesting day because we'll be talking about one of the most important things you need to successfully sell to someone. For you to convince someone to get money from them and provide a service to them, which is very important, you need to understand what drives this person. And the core of that is just understanding their psychology. So luckily, we have someone here who's going to help us get that very straight and clear so that at the end of this master class today, you'll be able to know how to convince people, what drives their motivation to buy from you, and then how that is wired entirely to the end goal of you getting money from them. And very importantly, providing a service to balance the equation of value exchange. So luckily, like I said, we have our brother here, Mr. Alfred Lazarus, is going to help us take that session. So before we start, I just want you to quickly do us a favor. Just invite your friends. If you know you shared this masterclass with anybody, you posted it on your status, you invited a friend to register for this masterclass, go back and tell them, see, it's time. It's time for us to learn, to learn how to understand people's psychology, how to make more sales, and then how to make money as well. So please take a minute, go back to the group. All I want you to do is to copy the link on that group, share it to the person you invited, post it on your status, invite more people, and then we'll get started in a minute. I can see the Smart Learning podcast. I missed yesterday's session, but I've gone through the replay and I found it very insightful. That's fine. That's fine. And I'm ready, seated and ready for today's session. Okay. You're welcome. Thank you so much for going through yesterday's session. We had an amazing time with Mr. David, and I believe that today will be great for you. So you're welcome. Favor Eze, did I get that right? Welcome. Glory, welcome. Nibuske Kamu, welcome. Ifyok Sunday, welcome. Happiness Afolami, welcome. Hanikemni Lawrence, it's good to have you. Welcome. Abaseno, good evening as well and welcome. So please invite your brothers, invite your enemies, invite your ex, your girlfriend and your boyfriend. Because you need to learn how to sell to your partner. Why should they choose you over a large option full of people out there? You need to be able to sell to them. So invite them to join. So at exactly 7:10 p.m. we'll start so that we don't have to waste any more time. So let me quickly. Mustafa Akim said, I just saw this pop up, sell anything to anyone in 2 minutes, and I just went ahead to click. I really don't know what's going on here. Don't worry, you're safe. First of all, this is a safe space, so welcome. So, just to juggle your mind a bit and to make you feel safe, you've just entered into a masterclass where we are going to teach you how to sell, just like the title. I know you probably said how to sell anything to anyone in 2 minutes, but you are here as a proof that that title worked. So this is a masterclass teaching you how to sell, and this is day two. So what you want to do is check the description of this video, the YouTube video. There is a link for you to register for the masterclass properly. Because at the end of this masterclass, we are going to be giving you an opportunity to earn, and not just earn, you get a certificate of participation. So what I want you to do is, first of all, subscribe to the channel. Check the link in the description of this video where you are currently watching this video. Just check the link. There will be a link for you to register properly for the masterclass. And make sure you join the WhatsApp group, because subsequently every week from now, we're holding workshops. So please, you're at the right place. Just stick with us. We're about to start in the next 1 minute. We'll start. Hello, Emmanuel Chiweze. Welcome. Deborah Pan. Good evening as well. Welcome. So Akim, if you are still with us, let me know in the comment section. Just type, I'm with you. No run away. So this is exactly 7:10. I believe that everybody that is supposed to be here is here, but we'll still get people to join. Hello, blessing more. Good evening, everyone. Good evening as well. Welcome. You're muted, Mr. David.
Okay. Yeah, Peter was asking whether you're there. So I think we can start the class. Yeah. So I think Mr. Alfred can just fire away. So should I like introduce my Oga?
All right, perfect. Mr. Alfred, the
Hey,
floor is
hey.
yours. Thank
All
you.
right. All right. So thank you, David, and thank you, Peter. I truly appreciate this awesome moment. And I feel that this is actually going to be fun because I'm going to use real life examples. We are going to go deep dive into why we're actually here. And the reason why you are here, number one, it's not just because of the hook. It's the 2 minutes, which I'm actually going to prove to you why it's possible to have the 2 minutes work, which has actually worked. And I'm actually again going to show you how to even do it better today in future with a product which we are going to introduce along the line, which we talked about yesterday. So first, permit me to share my screen. And okay, so let me remove this first. Let me bring something and let me remove this again. Okay, so this person came to my LinkedIn. So first, if you're actually a LinkedIn a lead generation expert, what we're actually going to do today is going to help you massively. I'm going to show you how to be a better salesperson, not just be a better salesperson, but to be the best in your field, in your circle, and for the product, whichever you want to sell in your real life. So this person actually came to my inbox and tried to sell me banner. Hi, Alfred. Hey, Alfred. I hope you are doing great. Blah blah blah. I noticed that you're actively posting on LinkedIn, and I thought you might be interested in banner revamp or whatever. I'm offering a special limited deal. Blah blah blah. Try to use urgency. Try to use that. He knows me and every other thing. So how did I get these people out of my life? Or I even tried to sell back to him, and so I will show you that. If you are interested in premium banner revamp, let me know and I'll walk you through the process. Bro, you are not going to walk me through the process of what is LinkedIn banner that you want to walk me through the process. So this is the conversation, how it goes. And I say, take a minute to criticize what I already have. Maybe you should do that for potential clients. I am convinced what I have is the best. So you are trying to sell to me, then I am coming back to tell you, okay, you should take a minute for you to criticize my banner. You didn't tell me that my banner is bad. You didn't tell me that my banner is not catchy enough. You didn't tell me that my banner does not align with my professional expertise. You just came directly to tell me that I need a banner. So what did he say? Yeah, I agree. Your banner is unique. The first one, your banner is unique. Maybe the only thing would be lowering the opacity of the little text around your name. It's kind of cluttered at first, but this is something you should have actually done. Hey, Alfred, I noticed that you have a very unique banner and Kiniko, whatever you want to say, but the opacity, or this is how I can redesign the banner to actually suit your professional expertise. That should have been the first thing, but that was not what he did. He came directly to sell to me. And then the conversation progressed to this. I appreciate that was a free gift of advice, though, and it will help you, which is actually doing. He came back to tell me, Alfred, that was awesome. And I converted more with what you did. Yeah, the way you said it make total sense. I will incorporate that on my messaging sequence. Thanks. And I tried to sell back to him. Now, why are we here? The reason why we are having this conversation is to show you how not just to be a better salesperson, but to be a better person. Negotiation goes alongside with sales. You can't be a good salesperson if you are not great with negotiation. So, but first, you need to know the archetypes of the persons which you approach in your messaging, your sales, or whatever you want to do. So, I'm going to walk you through a whole lot of things, and I hope you stay safe with me. So, the first thing I want to tell you is this is my public disclaimer. If you are here on this call, whatever I am sharing with you today, it's not to help you label people. Please do not take this knowledge for you to go and label people. I am not teaching you how to label people. No Code Africa is not teaching you how to label Africa. And we don't want you to label people for you to sell the folio, which we are going to explain more later. So I said my disclaimer is what I'm sharing today, it's not to help you label people, manipulate buyers, practice unethical selling, or read people for forceful persuasion. This is an ethical weapon. Please use it wisely. I am begging you, what you are learning today, please use it wisely and let me know on the comment section if you are willing to use it wisely. If you are not willing to use it wisely and you are not open to telling me on comment section, I am leaving this call. Please let me know if you want to use it wisely. Please let me know if you are willing to use this knowledge wisely. If you want to use it for you to do forceful persuasion or whatever, I have to beg David that I don't want to talk to people that want to hack people. I'm not saying anybody saying that they don't want to. I'm not seeing anybody saying that they don't want to use this unethically. I'm not seeing anybody saying they don't want to use this knowledge unethically. Are you guys hacker? Do you want to hack people? Please use it wisely. Whatever you are going to learn today, please use it wisely. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. So let's go. So first, what's psychology? Yeah, so before we go into cells, before we do anything that has to do with cells, the first thing we have to discuss is psychology. What psychology for you? What does it mean? How does it relate to cells? So according to Wikipedia, psychology is the scientific study of the mind and behavior. Psychology is the scientific study of the mind and the behavior. So if you are selling to persons, if you are willing to sell to people, the first thing you should think about is the behavior. That's why I always tell people that selling is not just an art. I think I had an event last year, a webinar last year. The is it the signs of I forgot the title. So selling is not just on art. Maybe you create a content, maybe you practice speeches like what we are doing currently, and you think that's just an art form. No, psychology, selling, sales, marketing is not just an art. Marketing and sales is more a scientific process than an art. By the end of this conversation, I'm going to prove to you why sales, marketing, anything that has to do with selling to the next person, even negotiation, it's more a scientific process than an art process. So psychology is the study of is the study of the mind, the human mind and behavior. So what psychology? How buyer thinks. You need to understand how buyer thinks. You will need to understand their fear. You will need to understand the buyer value. What do they value? You will need to build trust with the buyer. You will need to revisit the buyer, and you will need to understand how buyer makes decision. So the generality of what psychology, what sales is, it's everything for you to be able to profile all of this together. Please go with me. Getting interesting. So Dev, please can you okay, hi, thank you. So great selling is not just about talking more. The very first mistake people do is to think that selling it's about you talking. It's not just about talking. Great selling it's not about talking, it's about reading the buyer faster. You should be able to read the buyer faster, and you should be able to match the message to their decision style. That means you should be able to know how they make decision, and you should be able to reduce the resistance in real time. All of these things happening within how many? It happens within 2 minutes. For you to walk into somebody and you know, okay, this is my buyer, like the guy that came to my inbox to sell me LinkedIn banner, you should know the buyer faster, and you should know the kind of messaging you send to them faster, and you should be able to know how would they be able to make a decision, what interests them in making decision faster. Then will you be able to reduce the resistance in real time. All of this happened in less than 2 minutes. So imagine if that guy came to my inbox to say, hey, Alfred, I took a look on your LinkedIn banner. It's actually very unique, but I noticed a few things which you can actually make it so unique. I will pay him. How much was it? Is it $67 or whatever? I will pay him because it's okay. You are telling me that you know me. Okay, I'm posting on social media, even though I'm not posting for followership or whatever connection. I'm posting because I am sharing my thought. And you are coming to tell me that, okay, this is what I have noticed, Alfred. I will definitely pay you. I wanted to use F word, but I won't for today. I pray I don't use it. But if I use it, please forgive me. I will pay you. But in this scenario, that's not what happened. So we move forward. So how do you sell in 2 minutes? So I am going to introduce two framework of sales. The number one is the Dix framework. I'm going to explain it to you how the Dix framework works. And I'm going to also introduce the PESA framework, which is also known as adaptive selling. How can you adapt immediately for you to sell better? So first, my name is Alfred Lazarus. For people that don't know me, my name is Alfred Lazarus. I have an MBA in marketing from SUNY Binghamton, United States in New York. I'm currently residing in New York. I have a company, TechGen, a marketing consulting company, and we also build products. I currently run HOM, which I'm not, it's quite amazing stuff. And the conversation we are having today is, the title is really the psychology of sales using the four Dix archetype framework archetype, which I'm going to go more into details. Now, the speed, the illusion of speed. We think that, okay, if I have to do it faster, okay, though. Sorry, guys. Let me bring this back. That the illusion of so many people is that, okay, I just need to sell it faster. I just need too many people. I just need for me to go faster. No, compression is not persuasion. If you have to compress everything for you to have it, of maybe for, okay, you want to go faster just because you want to save time, you are not going to be a great salesperson. So if you are taking a product and you go to the market and you use the same script for you to sell to 1,000 people, you are not going to convert even up to even 0.1%. The reason is because you do not know who is the dominant person. You do not know who is the consensual person. You do not know who is an influential person. You don't know anything about the person you are trying to sell to because you wanted to be faster. So that's why I said the illusion of speed. Compression is not persuasion. So most fast speeches fail because of boring reason. The seller start talking before even start reading. You just approach somebody and you start selling to that person without even reading that person. So what should be an initial encounter? Buyers instantly judge credibility. David mentioned yesterday that after he had a very sumptuous meal, a girl approached him and tried. Immediately the girl walks toward him. He knew that this girl was trying to sell to me. Why? Because of the way the approach you approach. Okay, hey, you have a nice native, amazing, but why are you telling? I was eating in your house just seconds ago. You didn't tell me I have a nice native. When I walked in, you waited for me to finish my meal before you are now coming to compliment me. That's sketchy. How will you know that you are trying to sell to me? So the generic pitch which we have is the tone mismatch. Credibility drops. Immediately that person approached David, credibility drops. Immediately this other guy approached me on LinkedIn, credibility drops, because I knew the reason why you are already coming to me. So I had already built myself for me to resist. Ignore proof. Wrong evidence type. Okay, you are coming. Okay, you are telling me that, okay, if I wear this, if I use you, then my LinkedIn banner will be great. You are coming to tell Dave, okay, if Dave take your medication or whatever, Dave is going to be rich, and you are not rich. It doesn't make sense. I need proof. I need something that tells me that, okay, you really know what you're doing. You come into my inbox. I need to know that you, if I say, okay, go and design me a LinkedIn banner, that you are going to do it better. So now that's your proof, because you actually came with something. Even if you are going to put it on view once, here people, they send message on Facebook now. Is it Facebook or WhatsApp? On view once, put it on view once or whatever you want to do. It might help. Early resistance, value blocked by friction. Immediately you go to somebody and the person resists you immediately. It blocks everything. Like it cripples you. You will not be able to think straight. It cripples you. So do not go in a zigzag way for somebody to block you before you even finish saying what you want to say. So the signs of mismatch, reactance. A lot of us, we react. a lot of people, because the way you approach somebody, you are causing them to react. You are not causing them to trust you. So how would you do forceful, freedom, threatening language, trigger? You are trying. I am already great with sales. I'm already great with marketing. I buy things every day. I would rather wait 10 years for me to afford to buy the original thing, which I know it actually costs more, than for me to buy something of low value, because I know that this is what I want. So there's no way you will try to. I was on a call with I was with a friend yesterday, and these guys kept calling her. Why? Okay, in America, there's this company that always do remodeling, home remodeling. We do not have that kind of people pestering your life in Africa or in Nigeria, to say. So now what happened? Like, you've already called this person more than 20 times, selling the same thing. Oh, we are going to remodel your house. We are going to remodel your kitchen or whatever. And this person keeps telling you that they don't need this service at the moment. And you call somebody 20 times in 1 month. What makes you think that they will have to go and steal money for them to be able to do this thing with you? No. So sometimes, if you call somebody regularly up, follow up, there's some follow up that's very annoying. There's so many follow up process that is very annoying. So while you are building yourself as a greatest salesperson on earth, you should know what will make somebody resist you. Another coach will actually tell you, okay, follow up until see, if you follow me up bumper to bumper and it got me upset, I would rather work with your competitor than to work with you. That's my own psychology. It's not the psychology of David. It's not the psychology of Peter. It's not the psychology of anybody on the call, but that's me. I don't like people disturbing me. Like, you are threatening my life. You are calling me 20 times for me to buy something. That you are threatening my life. I don't like that. So adaptive selling use message person. When a pitch is delivered in a buyer's native language, a buyer's native language might not be in oral language. That's it. A buyer native language might not be in Ibibio, it might not be in Yoruba, Hausa, or whatever, or English or whatever. It's something they experience. It's okay. Oh, okay. You mentioned that you are actually not willing for you to actually do the home remodeling at the moment. Do you believe that in the next 1 year or even in 6 months that you actually follow up with this? You need to adapt with somebody's behavior while you are working with them for you to be able to get them. Now, I am introducing the Pacers framework. The first thing you need to do for you to have somebody listen to you, it's for you to profile them. The Pacers framework, it's for you to profile them. The P stand for profile. Start with observable cues. Read them. Read the buyer space, the warmth, the skepticism, the time pressure. What do you think this person will actually do? You need to study them. You need to, then you align, they match the buyer's dominant psychological driver. Okay, will this person like control? Will this person like recognition, security, or certainty? You need to choose the front door. What kind of front door are you going through? Like the guy that came to my inbox, what kind of front door? Maybe the front door, okay, you used your word to say, okay, my banner is already unique. So what do you think this should have actually done better? Maybe bring me something, remove something and say, okay, if I actually add XYZ into this, you are actually going to make more sales, more profile views or whatever. We even position you more on authority, which I already done that in the earlier process. Then you need to remove specific friction. What do you think this person is going to say? No, I actually don't need this at the moment. A lot of person who actually don't need this at the moment because they don't need it. So if you don't need it at the moment, when do you think you are going to need it? You need to be able to be human first before you sell. We had on a call yesterday, it was mentioned that if you have to sell, that means you are not selling. If you have to sell to anybody, it means that you are not a good salesperson. So you don't try to sell to anybody. You try to offer value. Now, you don't offer value by saying that, okay, if you actually register for this bootcamp or this whatever, that no, every other persons have the current ladder they are on. So you need to know the steps which they need to take for them to climb that other ladder. Now, the request, close with a proportionate, you stop using step, using choice enhancing language to preserve your autonomy. You are the one that wants to determine the framing, the message request in that person's brain. So you need to be able to know, what am I going to say for that person to move me to this? Then this is where we are going to talk about cells in its entire human form. For you to be able to be a good salesperson, you must first be human. And for you to be a good human to each and every one person, you must understand them perfectly. So what I am going to show you today, it's not just for sales. It's not just for sales. It's for you to be a better human being. It's for you to be able to sell better. It's for you to be able to live with your neighbor in peace. It's for you to go to church and you sit with somebody when that disturbing usher comes to your door and say, please leave this seat and go to, you know how to respond to them. This is the diagnostic map reading the buyer. The first, we have four kinds of people within you. I already know you. When I go faster on this, you'll be able to say, okay, I am this. I am going to ask on the comment section, what kind of, where do you think you actually belong among the four? Number one, we have these people, the dominant people. We have the dominant people. We have the I, the influence. We have the S, the steady. We have the C, the conscious people. What if somebody is trying to sell to you? If you actually been selling to somebody, you've been buying, you know who you are. Who do you think you are? Are you the dominant person? Now, what is the characteristics of the dominant people? They like cues. They like to know, okay, if I actually do this, okay, fast, they need speed. They move with speed. They don't really like the low ones, Kiniko, because they want to dominate, and they have very high. They believe, okay, no, this thing, okay, no. They keep thinking. They overthink because they have very high skepticism that interrupts often. They move with speed because they really want to go faster to where they're actually going. The second class of people, they are the people that values influence. They still that fast speed, high warm, they like story, and they like something that they can actually say, okay, this is me moving like Bob Bob or whatever you want to say. And the people in the sea, they measure, they don't just react anyhow. They are very conscious. They are conscious of what they eat. They are conscious of the next step they do. They are conscious of everything. And they ask a lot of questions with data. So for you to be able to win people in C, you must have a lot of data. You must have a lot of data. And the steady people, they measure their pace too. And they like collaborative. They are very collaborative and are very patient because they don't want to make a mistake. So they take their time to be very steady. So now among all of these four persons, who do you think you are? Dominant people like to know, move with speed. So among all these four persons, who do you think you are? Please let me know. Okay, you are the D, you are the I, you are the C, you are the S. Let me know who you are. C, deal with data. I am okay. Another funny truth is that you can actually be more than one because I like data. I like to influence the process. I am not that really steady. I'm going to tell you that I'm not that really steady. I also again fall into the D. I find myself also tilting to the C. So there's possibility that you can actually be more than one, but there's a dominant feature which you have within you that tells you that you are actually C or you actually D. So among all every other thing, who do you think you are? Now, let's talk about these persons and relate them with sales. How can you actually win them with sales? The D, the archetype 1, the dominant buyer. The number one question that will this move me forward without wasting my time? That's the first question. That's what they are concerned about. They're asking, will this thing actually move me forward without wasting my time? Because they want to, like, they are moving with speed. They like that speed so much that they don't want to waste any kind of time. They don't want to waste a second without somebody knowing that they're actually moving. So if you are somebody that actually moves with speed, the number one question you ask yourself is that, will this actually move me forward? So what's the psychology you can actually use in sales for you to move these people? Time and control. They like to move forward without wasting time. So the funny truth is that anything that reduces the thinking time with them and control and give them that control, you will win them. If you frame your marketing message, if you frame your sales message to reduce the time they have to spend and the control they will have, you will win them, because they need leverage, they need speed, and they need a cleaner path. Like, they need somebody that gives them and hand out for them to actually move faster. So if you are selling to these people in this dominant category, you need to work with this. What do they fear? They fear ambiguity. They fear drag, that you have to drag. I find it so impatient recently. Whenever I hire people, I'll fire, because I am trying to move with speed. I am trying to get something done. So I do not have, my tolerance level has reduced to, I wanted to say zero, but I don't. It has reduced so much that I fear being dragged. I fear being dragged for me to achieve what I want. So if you are trying to sell to me, knowing fully well that I have a bit of dominant characteristics, you need to know, how can you sell to Alfred? How can you sell to Dave? How can you move the portfolio to people that actually needs it, using that are actually on a dominant category? So what tactics do you use here? What's that works? They like the word leverage. They like the word edge. Like, I'm giving you the different words you can actually use on targeting these people. They like the word leverage. They like the word edge because they want to be at edge. They like the word speed. They like the word remove friction. I'm going to remove a friction for you to actually move forward. So what is Dynefolio? Okay, Dynefolio remove friction for organization to actually have everything in one place. That gives them leverage and edge above each and every other business in that same space. So what's that fail? Long backstory. They don't like a story. Don't tell them story. Hedging. Do not hedge. Do not emotional over explaining. Don't over explain to somebody in the dominant category, because you are going to be a very terrible salesperson to that person. So how do you even approach them? What kind of word do you tell them? Let me give you the direct version. This solves your performance gap by removing the bottleneck. The value is better in less time. You see the except of the kind of message you send to this person, because what they're looking for is a direct version. They're looking for the original. So you have to give it that. And then we have the influential guys. What's they care? What's they care for? What is the vision and who else in the room? They are not asking about who else in the room, who else is using your product for them to be less. They're asking of who else is using your product for them to equate their business, for them to equate themselves with that person. So when you are going to tell somebody that, okay, look, XYZ people are also using this product, you win them, because you are not again using this particular thing for you to influence them. You are using their competitor to influence them, the people they admire in the industry, to win them. So when you are drafting a message for the people in the influential category, you're actually telling them, look, if you are not using this thing, your influence will die. I don't know if you are following me. This is not church. I'm not supposed to use. I don't know if you are following me. So, what do they care for? They care for the momentum and the social fit. They value social fit so much because that's what they want. They also want to be in the same category with the big boys, or they don't want to be in the same category with the small people. And the visibility, they secretly want visibility and future vision. If by mistake you ever heard somebody that talks about future, that person belongs to the influential category. They talks about future, they build toward future because they are believing that the future will be better. So when you are selling to people in the influential category, you should consider, okay, what should I tell this person for this person to actually see their future growing or their future is actually going higher? So you care about that. What do they fear? They fear flatness. They don't want to fail. They don't want to remain here. They don't want to remain here. So they are trying everything to actually go higher. So the low energy, they don't like people with low energy. They don't like people with low energy in delivery. They don't like overly technical processes. Check. Like I am giving you an check for people that actually write code and obsessed with code. I'm giving you a very clean example. People that write codes and very obsessed with code, they are not a good influencer because like they they want things that actually remove them from the visibility. They are not good influencer because okay, what they want, they are just like they can sit down in this place for 10 years doing what they love. They don't like over explaining. So some part of them they move towards this side, some part of them they move towards this side, and they try to balance, which is quite a very difficult thing. So if you're actually selling to people in these different segments, the question is, how am I going to frame that message to actually target these persons? Remember, when we started, we said that the first thing you need to do, it's for the more you listen, the more it's easier for you to read. You don't just wake up and go to somebody and say, oh, I want to sell you this. The first thing you do, it's for you to actually listen first. You listen before you read. And the people in the study, the S people, what do they care about? Safety. They care about safety so much. So what's their diagnostics rate? Is this safe? Can this support my path to progress? Because they don't like to spend more money buying the same thing or buying things that does not even move them forward. They care about steadiness. So they try as much as possible for them not to overspend, and they try as much as possible for them not to be jumping on one thing to a different part. So how are you going to sell to these persons? Let me make this easy for you to evaluate. Like you, I think I was on a call. I got hired last year on a call because of a sales call. It was actually a sales role. It was a contract, some kind of contract. And the man said that, okay, so Alfred, we are going to do a very quick sample for you. And we have to hire because we have other calls for us to go along with. And I said, okay, fine. There was no preparation of anything. And he said, okay, so Alfred, it was actually an energy company. So you know the kinds of people that we actually sell to, you know our audience. I'm going to be a CEO of a different company. So you are representing our company, which is this company you are interviewing for. I want you to sell this product to me. I think I wish I can actually bring somebody to actually testify to what I'm saying, but he's my friend. He worked with the company and he came back to say, Alfred, that man loves you so much. He's an HR too. So I just started. I said, okay, good. I started. I gave him everything that was in less than within 2 minutes. He said that he mentioned on the call that nobody has ever done that to him. He sent me an email. Okay, I wish I actually had that email on this on this slide as as a social proof. He said that nobody has ever sold this product the way I've just done. And he asked me, the only problem we had was on budget. He didn't have enough budget to hire Alfred, but it was very clear. So how do you target people in the steady category? Let me make this easy for you to evaluate. This helps you make progress without figuring it out alone. I'm always going to be there for you. So the structure is clear. So when you are selling to people in the steady category, you need to be ready to tell them that, look, I am going to be your co-partner for you to implement this. Why? Because the kinds of words they like, they want to hear you say is support, clear path, steady, safe. This is safe. This is guided. This has actually been tested a lot of times, so you are not going to fail. So the words they hate, decide now. You don't tell them they decide now, because that's going to push them away. What they want to know, they want to be ensure that they are actually safe with anything, any decision they are going to make. You don't tell them that serious people only. Serious people, they are the most serious people. So you don't use the serious people to threaten them. This thing I'm telling you today works across marketing messaging. Whether you are running ads on Facebook or YouTube or wherever, it works. So imagine running ads for the same product, the same offer, and you are running 4 different types of ads. This is a very this is my giveaway to you. Running ads for 4 different kinds of people, because you know that some people are going to be steady people. You know, some people are going to be the dominant people. You know, some people are going to be the conscious guys. You know, some people are going to be the most influential guys. So imagine running an ad and waiting for it to convert. You are going to make a lot of money. So what's the fear? Aggression. They don't like aggression. So don't push aggressive selling tactics to them. Remember my disclaimer earlier. So this is me trying to bring this back to you. Unnecessary change. Do not tell them, okay, oh, XYZ. Being pushy. Do not push them into regret. If you push somebody that is in the steady category to make a purchase, no. Please, I have a question. My client is stockbroker. So currently we do not have client coming to him. Okay, good evening, Mr. Alfred. Please, I have a client. My client is a stockbroker, so currently we don't have clients coming to him. So what strategy do you? Okay, so I am going to take this down because, okay, so on this call, let me finish everything so that you can actually ask your question. Thank you. I'm going to run up very soon. So the people on the C category, the consensus guys, what do they care about? Can I rigorously defend this decision? Can you? If they're actually taking this thing, they're very conscious. If you are very conscious, the influential buyers don't like dry process and technicality. Yeah, true. Yeah. So if you're actually selling to the C guys, what do? What do they say? Can I defend this? No, I can't defend this. So if you cannot defend it to them, they are not going to go with you, because that is not what they care for. Hold on, guys. That is not what they care for. They care for somebody that will be able to tell them and defend it to the very zero. You must be able to defend it to zero for them to follow you, because it takes them a lot of time. Sometimes, let me even shock. I wanted to say shock, so I'm not going to say shock you, because I'm not an electric and you are not somebody to be shocked. So a good numbers of HR professionals are very conscious people. That is why it takes a lot of time for some roles to be filled. When you see that this particular role in a company has taken a lot of time, it's because of the hiring manager, the HR, the hiring manager, because they are trying to be very careful. In the hiring world, a good numbers of HR people use the C category because they don't want to make a decision in hiring that turns out to be bad. I am giving you an expo. If you are searching for a job, they don't want to make a decision that turns out to be bad. So they intend to go slowly in their hiring process because they want to feel safe. They want to know that the decision quality they made was actually 100. What do they secretly want? The dependable choice. They want The people in the C category needs a dependable choice, something they can now always wake up. They know the method, they know the proof. And what do they fear? They fear vagueness. They don't like things being vague. So when you are selling to the people in the C category, you should never be vague. You should not go with hype. They don't like hype. Anything hype, like currently, I don't like hype. Do you know, up to this moment, I have never watched Game of Thrones. I'm sorry if you are Game of Thrones fans. I've never watched Game of Thrones because of the hype. There are so many movies I don't watch because of the hype. So you remember I told you earlier that I tilt towards some of these areas because as you are growing in life, as you are building products, as you are building people, you will need to learn to become so many things for you not to be terrible in your decision making processes. So this is, what do they care about? The criteria. They like the word criteria because they want to know the steps. They like the word method because they want to know the method. They like the word evidence. You are giving them evidence. You are telling them this actually works. Danfolio works. We have generated 168 million. It works. I am telling you this thing works. What's that for? Trust me. Trust you. Are you Jesus? Even when Jesus came, they killed him. They crucified him. So why should somebody trust you? They killed him, crucified him with everything he did. He gave them bread. He gave them miracle. He gave them wine to drink. He gave them everything, but they still killed. So why should somebody? That's he even healed the sick, raised the dead. That should have been the only person anybody on earth should trust. But no, they still. So why should somebody trust you? So this is going to be a game changer. Which game changer, Kini? So you need to learn the kinds of word you use. State the structure first. Hold on. Okay, so I will frame this. So this is how their message start. I will frame this in three parts: the problem, the method. The method is structured approach that changes, but works. How work is prioritized. Yeah, so you need to go with the problem. This is the problem they have. This is the structure, the method you are going to use in solving it. This is how we are doing it. So when you are sending a message, when you are selling to the people in the C category, that's the structure you use. You don't use the same message you use in the I category for the people in the D. You don't use the same method for you use in the people in the D for you to use for the people in the C, not for the people in the S. You are going to fail as a salesperson if you ever try that. Please don't. So how does this work? The one framework, 4 distinct languages. What do they desire? The people in the dominant category, they like the word speed. They need speed. They desire speed. They desire leverage. What do they fear? Loss of control. They don't like to lose control. Outcome and mechanism. Strategic reasoning, because they are always thinking. They're bounded by decision. They are also very quick in making decision. So they are bounded by that decision. Influential guys, they like visibility and momentum. They like social fitness. They like social fitness so much, and they like vivid future state. You need to tell them, okay, this is the future you are going. And please, can you stop bringing that? Then thank you. Identity resonance. They want to know that they are in the same class with the other people that wins. So you are telling them, okay, look, this per guy are using this particular thing. If you use it, you are going to increase your revenue. If you use it, you are going to double your profit. If you use it, you are going to block leakages. If you use it, you are not going to have a bottleneck in your business again. So when you are sending message, either as a lead generation expert, or either as a sales professional, or either as a business person, or you are actually using this as a in your personal dealing every day, or in your advertising messaging, you need to care about what people in different category actually cares about. The people in the S, what do they care about? They care about steadiness. They don't like to be running from point A to point B. They don't like aggression because they fear aggression. They create space. So create space. How do you go with them? You create space. the reliable metrics. They like data. They like data so much. And they are the conscious people. They like defendable choice. They hype. They don't like hype data. Okay, look, we did 168 million. And when somebody now cares about, okay, where's the 168 million? You now say, okay, that was just, no, that's not what they care about. They want you to walk them through the process. And because that's what they want. And how do you use 2 minutes to sell? So I am going to do an exercise on the call, right on the call. If you are hearing me, I want you to listen very carefully because I want it. If I see the very best thing, I'm going to give you something. I'm not going to mention what I'm going to give you. Am I actually going to buy you a book? I might buy you a book today, or whichever book you actually you think you need. And if you do it better, so please get prepared. So we have 2 minutes. 2 minutes here. What is the architecture of selling to anybody in 2 minutes? The first 15 seconds, the first 30 minutes, 30 seconds, the second 30 seconds, the third 30 seconds, and the last 15 seconds. That's how you sell to somebody. So how are you going to do this? Open with relevance, not biography. You are not in the burial. You are not writing a poem. Make them feel this message is for someone like me. That's me. So for each and every one on this call, I want you to pitch me Danfolio. You know about Danfolio. If this is your first time on Danfolio, I'm bringing in David to talk about Danfolio in just 2 minutes. David, please come on stage. I'm bringing you back to the stage for you to talk about Danfolio in just 2 minutes. David, are you ready, please? David. David, are you on call, please? Okay, so I'm not going to talk about Danfolio because all of you guys were here tomorrow. Yesterday, sorry about that. You guys came here yesterday. So I'm going to again do another exercise. So if you were here yesterday and you know what Danfolio is, I want you to tell me what Danfolio is on the comment section. If you were here yesterday, the first day, I want to know if you know what Danfolio is. And I want you to pitch me Danfolio in 2 minutes. Type whatever you want to type. Now there's no time for you to go to ChatGPTs or whatever you use in your daily fight with the internet relevance. So I want you to pitch me Danfolio in 2 minutes. Just write. You don't need to come on stage. So I just write on the comment section. I'm going to see it. And if your pitching actually makes sense, I'm going to buy you a book. So mention the kinds of book you want to read. Alongside your comment, I'm going to check all of it. Thank you. Let's go. I'm reading. Okay, I'm listening. So the first 15 seconds, you open with relevance. So that's what I want you to do. Make them feel safe. Make them feel, okay, this is for somebody like me. Name the surface problem, the problem they are currently facing, which is the second 30 seconds. I am listening there, Peter. Let's see if there are no. Then I know that they didn't listen to David yesterday. So the second one, translate the offer into the buyer's logic, the advantage, the possibility, the support, and the method. Now the third 30 seconds, do not prove anything. Provide proof strictly in the buyer's native language. Ask for action. Use choice enhancing language to close. So if you are pitching Danfolio, I know you guys are typing because I know you definitely have to type. So while you are typing, I want to see that across your pitch. So how do you use this? So many things to learn. How do you use this? One product, 4 front doors. So we have the D people, we have the I people, we have the S, and we have the C. Now this is the offer. Imagine you have one offer that you have to pitch to four people. So pitching to four people, pitching a premium marketing leadership program. I'm running HOM, one of the best stuff out there for people that want to be a professional marketer. If you want to be a professional marketer and you're actually on the call, I am running HOM. HOM means head of marketing.us. You can actually go to headofmarketing.us to actually see. Then whatever conversation you have, you can actually shoot me a message on WhatsApp platform. So now the D people, if your aim is to move faster into the real strategic responsibility, this gives you a cleaner path there. The I people, this is for marketers who want to be known for how they think. If the next chapter is visibility and authority, this is bell for that. I'm now categorizing all of these people into the four where they belong. The S people, you are not left this person goozing. The work is clear, the support is real. Grow without doing it alone. Now the C people, many know execution but lack strategic operating judgment. We use structured framework and evaluation to build that capacity. So imagine that I am using this level of languages for the four persons I am trying to pitch my marketing accelerator program to. Do you see that this is very different? This is quite very different. If you're him to move faster into strategic responsibility, that is the first message I'm giving to the first person. Now, the second, this is for marketers who want to be known for how they think. That is different from the first one I sent. And this S, you are not left goozing. The work is clear. The support is real. That means we have everything to actually facilitate you to go up. Now the C, many know execution but lack strategic operating judgment, which is you. If this sounds as you are the person, go for it. So you see that one offer, four different messages. So these are the mistakes you should avoid to make in your psychological process. Do you know that with Dimefolio app, you can facilitate sales? Amazing. I'm coming to show every other thing. So now listen to this part. These are the kinds of things you should avoid to do when you are using the four framework and when you are combining the PASER framework and the DIX framework I talked about earlier. Selling features before diagnosing. You should not sell features when you've actually not diagnosed the problem they currently have. Do not. Adaptive sequence selling sequence. Mistake, over-explaining. You should never over-explain because it violates, it sounds like you are processing, you are forcing them to do something they don't want to do. Closing too early. Nope. Using one pitch for everyone, which I've talked about. Trying to impress instead of clarifying. Ignoring emotional resistance. You should care about this, all of these things. So I don't want you to go out there and manipulate people. So I try to be very specific. This is ethical persuasion versus manipulation. Ethical persuasion is different from manipulation. I have given you the tools for you to be very ethical because you need to know the people you are talking to. You need to know the people you are selling to. You need to know the people you are giving value to. So use ethical adaptive. Adaptation does not manipulate. You're adapting to Peter because you know Peter. You know what Peter would actually cares about. So you adapt to Peter's style. You're talking to Alfred because you know Alfred and you know what Alfred actually cares about. So you adapt to Alfred. You are talking to Dave because you know what Dave actually values for. So you adapt to Dave. So you must always, as a professional salesperson, it's in you for always to be adaptive. Why we call it adaptive selling. You must diagnose the person and know what they care about. The action, manipulation, changing the truth to force a yes. Please never change the truth to force a yes. If you check some of the worst referral system, it's because of changing the truth to force the yes. I can give you an example. This Nigerian platform that came out to tell people about affiliate marketing, that was changing the truth to force a yes. You are telling people to buy a course so that they can become whatever, which was you are changing the real truth. How many of those products still exist till today? It will never, because they were changing the truth to further years. Now that people are actually aware of the truth, they will never stay because you gave them a false hope. So never change the truth to former years. And what should you do with this skill you've just gotten today? With Dinefolio, which David is actually going to talk about what the assignment which everybody is going to do, how you are going to make money on this call, and everything that has to do with Dinefolio and Rivalry. So how am I closing? The best salesperson does not sell harder, doesn't sell harder. They recognize what the buyers protect and make the next step feel obvious. If you are protecting your integrity, you know what you value. If you are protecting your energy, you know what you value. If you are protecting anything which you care for, you know what you value. So what do? You diagnose faster, you speak cleaner, and you close calmer. And that is the end of the presentation, guys. Now I am again having to tell you again, this is the first slide you got, and this is going to be the last slide you are seeing, because I do not want you to go out there and hack people. Please, I am sharing this to you. It's not to help you manipulate people, to label people, to practice unethical selling, or for you to say, okay, this is how you are going to hack people in the D, in the C, or in the I, or in the S. This is an ethical weapon. Please use it wisely. My name is Alfred Lazarus, and I am so happy that we have this conversation today. Thank you.
So much. I don't know why I'm smiling so much. Alfred, thank you so much for your amazing session. Peter, are you here?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay.
Hello,
So
Mr. Alfred.
I
Thank you
think
so much for that wonderful session. But before we wrap up, I think we have a lot of pitches in the comment section. I know a lot of people did not show up on time, but we still wanted to give out that book. So Mr. David is
Yes,
going to
yes.
help me highlight some of those pitches, and then probably we could judge and pick the winner, right? So that someone can get something tonight. So the
that
first
works.
one we
Thank you.
have oh, Oyonomukpong. You can
Oyo
highlight
no
the
Uh,
first
more.
one.
Please don't spoil my country name. Thank you.
Don't
Oyo
is
no
it this
worry.
more.
one?
Oyo no more. Say it after me. Oyo no more.
Oh, you know more.
Oyonomukpong. Oyonomukpong.
Okay. So is this the one you're referring to, Peter?
Yes, this is the first speech.
Okay. So Alfred, today is your session. What do you think about the pitch?
Okay. So I I gave a different tool, which is so Oyo no more. Yeah, yeah. I know we have a lag time between what we have and the YouTube guys. So Danfolio is an app that facilitates sales, help examine and solve losses. Okay, so now this is the conversation with leakage. So which of the category are you sending this kind of message to? Is it the people in the D? Is it the people in the I? Is it the people in the S? Is it the people in the S? The S, D, I, and C. So which category did you send this message to? Because I remember giving the different language structure which you can actually use in the messaging. So Dinefolio is an app that facilitates sales, help examine and solve losses. You're still using losses in business like restaurant and other businesses. That's pretty nice. But let me keep going and see if others are still. Most people say it's normal to have leakages in hospitality business, and it's very hard to track sales, but that's not true. What we do at Danfolio is simple. We help business owners track sales. I love this. I love this. I love this. But people don't say that it's okay to have leakages in hospitality business because nobody want to have revenue leakages in hospital in any business, let alone hospitality business. So let's keep reading more. Do you know that with the Infolio app you can facilitate sales? This is very straightforward, which is the for people in the dominant category. But I didn't know how I can facilitate sales because I want to know the method, the process I can use in facilitate the sales. So let's keep going. Danfolio is a Nigerian tech startup that's all in one digital. Please keep going. Isaac Okon, if I catch you on this call. Danfolio is a platform that gives business owner everything they need to run their business in a structured way. Business owners, yeah, you're saying business owner, but Danfolio has a target market. So it was not targeted. Thank you. Please go forward. Danfolio is a business app that helps restaurants and hotels to solve the major pain point they have in running their business. So yeah, the major pain point could be loss of bedsheet. Yeah, a lot of people working in a hotel, loss of bedsheet. It could be people. So you have to be very specific about the pain points when you are selling to anybody in the category we listed. So keep going, please. Thank you. Are you having losses in a business and would like to track your sales and data accurately? Profit. Yep. Denfolio is the best to patronize you and you'll never regret that. Yeah. That's people in the S, they like to be very steady and they don't want to regret anything when they make a decision. So pretty fair. Danfolio is a Nigerian tech startup that builds all in one. It's not okay, all in one digital operating system for restaurant. Okay. We recently had people in hotel using Danfolio, so it's not just restaurant. I'll pass. In real time, with just a click, you can manage your inventory, and instead of waiting on long queues, your customer gets to buy easily. I'm not sure. Nope. Nope. Please go again. Okay, so nobody is going to win a book today. That's sad. Danfolio is a revenue-driven platform that help vendors and business generate, manage, and scale their income. I love this one. Abasiono Obong. Abasiono Obong, yep. Okay, we have one Abasiono Obong. Revenue. So this is it. Why? Okay, somebody will ask, why, Alfred, why did you choose this one? I've actually not choose this one yet. So Abasiono, you don't have a book yet. So this is the reason. When you are talking to business people, there are language they want to hear. Number one is revenue. Be revenue driven, be data specific, be pain point is revenue. Like David mentioned on the call that, see, don't come and kill me because I mentioned 168 million, because that's not our money. That is the business money of all the businesses which we are managing. That's revenue. So even if the profit is not much, I told Dave and Peter the other day, the amount of money I generated last year for my company, which is in my account book, but I didn't make up to $5,000 out of that money. But it's a whole lot of money. Nigerian bank charge me only for transfer, or what's they call it, account maintenance or whatever. Account maintenance. They charge me 50 something thousand naira just for account maintenance. For somebody to charge you 50 something, so that tells you what people cares for. So go with the language which they value. So Abasiono, I am still going to see others to see if I will have to go with you. Please, Peter, go with others. Thank you. Another one. Do we have more? Every business needs sales. I love this. Every business needs sales, an organization to achieve its goal. Danfolio helps hospitality to track. Okay, value. Please, I love people that use their name so that it's easier for my brain to catch it up. Every business needs sales. So, okay, I will need this person too.
I have taken
Her
down.
name is Esther.
Okay, yeah. So keep this two and Abasiono. Okay, another one.
I have starred those two people. Yes.
Yeah, another one. Danfolio is an all-in-one app that helps restaurant, cafe, hotel. Is it? Yeah, manage inventory, staff order, pitch, my pitch. Let's say it's an hotel. Okay. Mfonobong, nope. Skip. Please go again. Go more. Mfonobong, please. I need something for specific. Okay. Monthly or yearly, etc. How do you keep track? That's very long. Thank you. Then I go ahead and empathize. Nope. Danfolio is a comprehensive marketing platform. Nope. Danfolio is not a marketing platform. You might be tempted to say marketing platform. To help restaurant. I don't know what you mean by marketing platform. Uh, I think we'll come back to Dainfolio is a marketing platform. Okay, the same mistake again. Another one, please.
That's all of it. That's all of it so
Okay,
far.
okay, thank you, guys. So let me respond to let me let me respond. Let me quickly run through something here. Let me quickly run through something here. So if you see the people in the D, they care about time, they care about control, they care about leverage, speed, and cleaner part. What language do they care about? Leverage, edge, speed, friction, removing friction, direct call. Check the two persons which I actually we asked to start. They are what comes up. Now let me give you the direct version. This solve your performance gap. Check their message. You see why I immediately resonated with them. The value is better and the output in less time. Look at the people in the eye. What do they care about? Picture the version of your work that stands out. You don't just get information or whatever, because they care about momentum and social fit. The kinds of words they care about is momentum, network, room, visibility, and recognition. And say about the people in the S, one of the message actually follows about the S, safety and continuity. What do they care about? Support, clear path, steady, safe, guided, because they don't want you to say decide now, act fast, and serious only people. That's not what they care about. Let me make this easy for you to evaluate. You see how they enter a message. Let me make this easy for you to evaluate. They are giving you a straight path. They don't come on and read biography. And the final people, accuracy and decision. Please, can you now pinpoint those two persons again so that every other person can actually see why we add them? Okay, so now every business needs sales and organization. Thank you. Every business needs sales and organization to achieve its goal. Every business needs sales, no matter what. Google, like I received call from Google age people selling this cloud service almost every day, trying to, I mean, Google, $1 trillion company, trying to still sell. So every organization cares about this. And which other guy? So when you approach every other person, the first thing okay, Danfolio is a revenue driven platform that helps vendor and business generate, manage, and scale their income effectively. When you want to use it as a marketing message or sales message, you are going to remove the income for you to use revenue, or for you to use either profit or whatever you want to use, but not actually income, since there's revenue already there. So now the thing that has to do with this falls down in why we already started this guy. And I said, great selling, it's not about talking more, it's about reading the buyer faster. Under 2 minutes, matching the message to their decision style, and reducing no in real time. So, ladies and gentlemen, I think I'm going to go with the two people. Send Peter or David any two of the books you think you need in your career process, and I am going to get it for you. So yesterday I was asked to recommend books. which are actually in sales. I wanted to add it to my slide, and I said, okay, let me do this. The ones I have in my library currently, it's 58 little triggers. What is your trigger? This is it. Trigger 58 things that trigger people to make a buying decision. It's written by Janet Enshaw. The other one is one of my favorite in the marketing space. 80/20 sales and marketing. 80/20 sales and marketing is a very old book by Perry Marshall. And the other one is Expert Secret. I remember Peter actually mentioned something yesterday. It does not end with sales. It's not about reading sales book. If I have to say sales and marketing or this, you don't need to read sales book for you to be a great salesperson, but you need to read great books for you to be a good salesperson. You need to read books on negotiation, very important. You need to read books on psychology. You need to read books on influence. So they are not necessarily going to carry the word sales and marketing as their title. So Expert Secret by Russell Brunson is another one. There's this one I bought in 2023 and it was so fucking nice. Oh, I have used the F word I said I'm not going to use. So, so it's Seducing Strangers. This is it. It's Seducing Strangers. It's a very nice book. Seducing Strangers to do something you want them to do. How to get people to buy what you are selling. There are more, but the funnel principle. You need, these are the very few I have which are directly related, but there are different other amazing sales book which you can actually buy and you can actually read. There's Blue Ocean Strategy, which actually helps you to divert, to know how to even bisect your market and sell them to. So ladies and gentlemen, I think I am so hungry and I have to stop talking so that David can actually keep talking and Peter can actually keep assisting in talking. Thank you so much, guys. And I so much appreciate for all the amazing messages I am getting about the feedback of the webinar, the workshop. Thank you, guys. And stay safe.
Peter, over to you. Peter, are you here?
All right, all right, all right. Thank you so much, Mr. Alfred. Yes, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Alfred, for the gifts. Most importantly, for the gift and for the clarity. I think we are going to have some questions now. Let's take some questions. I don't know. I don't think we've taken any question.
Yeah.
So
Please
if you
keep the
have any
question
questions
coming.
so far about what Mr. Alfred has taught us, please, all you need to do is to just check the comment section right now. Just type it in this format. Put a Q so that we can easily identify your question and then drop your question. So if you have any question, this is the point where you want to ask your question. So while we are doing that, it's time to take attendance. So Mr. David, help me generate a code so that people can take attendance as well. And also share it on
Yeah, I shared it.
the
I shared it. I shared it earlier.
okay, that's great. So
Let
if
me
you have
let me
any
flash it
question,
again on the screen.
yes, please. That is the, look at the screen. That is the code you need to use to take attendance. All you need to do is to click the check the description of this video. There's a link, and then within that page, there's a place for you to take attendance. Just go there, put in your email, and then put in this code to mark your attendance. So while we are doing that, please, if you have any question, this is the time for you to give us your questions so that we can wrap up and go. So while we are writing our questions or while we are thinking about our questions, okay, please, we have one question. Have you ever thought of how you can manage your all sales, keep tracks of order, and get to see? Okay, this person is pitching.
I think this is a pitch. Yeah. Yes.
This is a pitch.
I think somebody asked a question earlier about stockbroking. I don't Kiniko or something like that. Yeah. Where's that person?
Okay, yeah, yeah. I'm trying to see. Um,
Okay.
well, yes, that's the question.
I- Okay. So I think if your client is having an issue as a stockbroker, I don't know what you mean by stockbroker. If the person buy in bulk and resell, if the person trade in the forex market and does not make money, or if the person is trading for people, I don't know which category I should respond to. But this is not this is not a conversation of it's a matter of strategy. It's a matter of your value. Are people seeing your value? Can people actually trust you? So if you need this to be a deeper conversation or to finding a solution after diagnosing the issue, you could talk to me directly. You could get to David or Peter and you could reach me regarding that, because it's not a 2 second issue. Not having a client is a lifetime issue, not a 2 second issue. Okay, when dealing with
Alfred, can you hear me? It seems you're frozen.
bipolar bias, what approach is most okay? So when dealing with bipolar bias, what approach is most advisable to use? I, I don't know what you mean by bipolar bias, but if you are saying what I am thinking, which I don't want to, being bipolar it's a clinical issue. Being bipolar is a clinical issue. So whatever method I am going to talk about on this call, it's going to be me trying to get you a false hope. But being bipolar is clinical. So we have clinical marketing, actually. We have clinical marketing. We have neuromarketing. We have clinical marketing. We have other facet of marketing. So you should find a way to understand their trigger point. I am not going to go deeper into that because I had made a disclaimer before starting this call that my approach is not to get you half people. Thank you. So if we do not have more questions, so I will assume that everybody on the call that joined the call actually understood everything I said,
So,
or
Alfred,
yeah,
yeah, Alfred, sorry for cutting you short.
yeah,
So, I think I like that question a lot.
yeah.
When dealing with bipolar bias, what approach is most advisable to use? So now, from my own understanding of bipolar, people with bipolarity is they could be more than one person per se, right? They can be nice and really really not nice, and so I think my response would be this, right? You have to sell to both parties. So you have to sell to both parties. Now, since the person is bipolar, all right, so you have to sell to both expressions of this person. All right. So you try to sell to one part, and then if they change to another person, you still sell to that same person by changing the strategy and just understanding that you're dealing with two different people. So you just still sell, because we have a lot of people with that's clinical problem. So yes, just sell to the two of them that are one. Yeah. Okay.
So just to add to that, a bipolar person still get problem, oh. And if you have a solution to their problem, they will listen to you. Now, unless your product is really niched to that particular set of people you are talking about, that is where you want to really understand what you are trying to sell to. But most of the time, when you are leading with the solution to the problems people have, whatever condition they have, especially if you're not directly selling to the solutions to, you're not trying to solve their bipolar problems, they're going to forget about that they are bipolar. They're mostly focused on the problems they have, which is related to your product. So what you generally want to do is to understand how you can present your message to bypass with whatever medical conditions those people have that will not directly affect the solutions to your problem. I don't know if I make any sense. So whether someone is bipolar or not, they have a problem. And if that problem is really painful to them, their medical condition at that point does not really matter. They just want the solution to their problems.
Fair.
Okay.
Perfect.
I hope that that does not violate anything ethical, Mr. Alfred.
Please do not violate my my warning.
Mr. Alfred is trying to be very careful.
I,
The
I,
US man.
I, I am in a country that respects.
Don't worry, your visa is safe.
Okay, so we have a couple of
Yeah.
people. Please, I cannot sign attendance. So once you click on that page, please, I want you to pay attention to that page. I don't know if you can share it on your screen quickly
Yeah.
so that
Yeah.
they
Let me
can
let me
see it.
let me share real quick. Let me share real quick. Um,
So while
I'm
it's
going
doing
to
that,
log in.
tomorrow we are going to talk about visibility. So just for me to introduce you to what we are going to talk about tomorrow, whatever we've listened to for the past 2 days, if you're not getting seen, it's just like us pouring water into the basket, right? Everything we've talked about for you to understand people's psychology, for you to understand how to hypnotize people to get them to buy what you are selling, all those stuffs, you need to know how to get visibility. You need to get seen to sell. You cannot sell while you're a stranger. So our core focus for tomorrow is going to be about visibility. So please
Okay, so
prepare for
let me
that.
walk. Yeah, let me walk you guys through how to like take attendance. It's actually very important, like very important. So the very first step is quite simple. You have to just go ahead and register by reserving your seat. If at all you've already done this, don't do it twice. So just do it once. Reserve your seat by filling the details here,
I think we are
right?
not seeing your screen now because Alfred is still presenting. Alfred,
Oh,
can you stop
Alfred,
presenting?
I am not
yeah,
presenting, but okay.
Okay.
So
let me
sorry,
remove it.
we have a
Okay. Okay.
question.
Don't
Oh,
worry,
we
we'll
have a
come back to the
question.
question. We'll come back to the question. Can
Okay.
you see which other thing is being presented now? Nothing is being
Nothing.
presented.
Nothing.
Okay, let me share my screen again real quick. Okay, I think I should. It's not still working. Can you guys see my screen? No.
No.
Okay, the browser can't access your screen. Try capturing a different screen to see if it continues. Okay, so I think it's a technical problem from my end. So, Alfred, is it possible for you to like share your screen?
Yes.
Uh, yeah, you just have to type dinefully.com/masterclass.
Okay.
So we'll drop more information on. Okay, yeah, somebody's asking a question. Please, can we get the slides for yesterday and today? Yes. We're going to upload. I'll get the presentation from Mr. Alfred, and then I will upload mine as well, and you can have access to it. But this is only going to be available for people that have actually registered for the sessions. Like that means you reserved your seat. If you don't do that, you won't be able to download the the files. You won't even be able to see it. Yeah. So, Alfred, are you good? Can you share your screen?
Yes.
Mm. Somebody just used so so I just saw a question right now, and the very first thing that entered my head was very fun. I'll still say it, but let's just do the attendance thing first. So this is how it looks like, if you can see what Mr. Alfred is presenting. So sell anything to anyone in 2 minutes, you just go down. It will show differently in a mobile device, but it's almost the same thing. You will see the part where you have, no, Alfred, go up a bit. Yeah, just okay, hold on there. So this part where you have register, attendance, slides, and dogs and certificates, right? So this is exactly the same thing you see in your this thing. The code, okay, Alfred, the code is, let me paste the code now and flag it here, is MOS. Let me just, I think I've pasted it. Let me flag it here. So the code is this: MOS, all capital letter, MOS hyphen 6 PM 8G. So once you have just entered that particular code, like you put your email first, then you put the code, you would have successfully marked your attendance. Yeah. So MOS. Uh-oh. My earpod is dead. Yeah, you can now click on mark attendance. Is it correct?
No
What did it
registration.
say?
No
Yeah, you did
registration.
not reserve your seats. So that was
Yes.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So basically the very first step is you have to go to the register part. You have to register first. After you've registered, that's when you can go ahead and uh you know reserve your seat. Yeah. So all right. Alfred, you've reserved it. Yeah, now you can paste it.
Mark
What did you
attendance.
say?
Attendance mapped. You can now access the
Okay,
slide doc.
perfect. Exactly. So if you now come over here, we will be able to, like, we've not uploaded it yet. So once you've marked attendance and then you've also reserved your seat, you will have access to the the presentation documents. So please just ensure that you mark the attendance. Someone is asking where is the link? The link, I have been sharing it here. Let me share it again. I'll still share it in the WhatsApp community so we can all have access to it. Okay, so I think this is going to be the end of today's session. Thank you so much, Mr. Alfred. Thank
Can
you
we?
so
We
much.
have questions though. Ha.
Okay, we have
If,
questions.
if
True.
these people are here, we can still answer their questions before we wrap up.
Yes, yes, please. I totally agree.
So, and you wanted to say something? You said you wanted to say something funny.
Oh, okay. Yes. Okay. So you wanted to hear what I wanted to say. So someone said,
Yeah.
someone asked this question. The question was, if you had a high converting product, a strong brand, and qualified leads, but your sales were still declining, what's the problem? Use jazz. Sorry. Use juju. So
I
okay,
think
that's on a lighter
that,
note actually.
that was
Because
very very.
why would you be having a high converting product, a strong brand, and qualified leads, but your sales are declining? You need juju.
What there is not that we are making jest of you so that
Yeah, no, no,
you
no,
don't
no.
get the
We're not doing that.
wrong. We are not
No,
making
we're not
jest of
making
you,
jest at
but
all.
let me just quickly correct you.
Yeah,
If your product is already high converting, it means you're already making sales. Do you understand what I mean?
makes sense. Yes, good
You
point.
already have an high converting product. How do you know it's high converting? You're already making sales. So if you have, if let's say maybe you have a product, what you're supposed to type there is you have a good product, a strong brand, and
Mhm.
qualified leads, but your sales are still declining. It means you don't have a good offer. That's just the thing. People buy
Excellent.
products because of the offer.
I want you to understand that sometimes people buy product because of the offer, not necessarily because of the product itself. I can sell a Mercedes Benz. Mr. David can sell a Mercedes Benz. But for me to make my offer better, I can give you 12 months warranty and service and maintenance. But Mr. David does not add that. I have an edge over Mr. David. So sometimes people have good products, it might have a good brand, it might have even qualified leads who want to buy. So the only thing that separates you from everything could be your offer, and your customer service. So you want to look into that. It could be your offer and your customer service. So I will let Mr. David and Mr. Alfred say something as well.
All right, let me answer that. So, Godson, uh, apart from the native way we have actually advised you to go, the
It's the
the
African method.
yes, the blindfolded method. So, uh, in sales and marketing, since they are in a continental relationship, in sales and marketing, there are 17 touch points, more than 17 touch points before a consumer or a customer. There's difference between a customer and a consumer before your user. Your user is different from your customer. Now let's see the difference. The who is your user and who is your customer. If you are selling a baby napkin, the user is the baby, the customer is the mother. But can a baby buy? No, because a baby does not have money. A baby cannot see the product. So the person you are targeting in that case is not the baby, is the mother. So what kind of messaging can you sell to the mother to remind her of the baby, the user? So if you have a high convertible product, which in this case my brother has corrected you, and you have a qualified lead. Qualified leads does not mean convertible leads. I'll give you an example. I had a client which needed my professional SEO service. So this client reached out to me. I think I told we when we were having a discussion while planning this event, I talked about it. So the client reached out to me. Hey Alfred, somebody almost two persons I recommended you for this thing. I need my website SEO and every other thing. We jumped on a call. We had 4 calls. 4. We had the first day. She paid because before, while if you need me to do something for you, the very first call, I'm going to charge you for it. It's 150. I'm going to charge you for it. The clients paid. The second call because the first 150K you have actually sent to me is for you to tell me all your problem, which I already know your problem, for us to move to the final stage, which I have to get an offer from you. So after the first call, she paid. I sent an account number. The company paid. We had a second call for me to align my method and how I am going to fix the problem. We had a third call. We had a fourth call. The company ghosted me. For 1 week, there was no conversation. I sent a message. Oh, we are thinking about it. I say, you see this particular thing, I go convert you. We went for 2 weeks straight, no conversation. And I needed money. Like, you can't just bring that kind of money to dampen on my face and you think I will allow you to go. So 3 weeks, I had to send just one message to the CEO. And I got, oh, so sorry about that, Alfred Lazarus. Are you still free for us to continue? I said, yes. I sent my company account details and they paid instantly. So because you have a qualified lead At that particular time, I'm trying to explain what qualified leads and a convertible or a converted leads mean. At that particular time, that person was actually my qualified lead. Like the person actually paid to consult with me, but they were not ready to bring her money. So when you have this kind of products and your sales keep declining, you have to go inward for you to know what can I say for this person to actually convert, or what can I say for the user or the customer. So you have to think about your product. Is your product targeting two different persona, the user on the product and the customer? Can the user actually make a purchase, or can the purchaser, being the customer, also be the user? It's a different process in marketing, which this call will not be able to afford us that time. So you think about that. If you actually want to talk to somebody about that, you can actually talk to David, or you talk to Peter, or you talk to me about that. And we're actually going to charge you for time. Thank you. And I have never found a value selling is a consultancy service online. Everything is done offline. I have tried several to sell the service, but none as I have never found a valuer selling your service online, because it thrives on recommendation. There's so many businesses that thrives on recommendation. I don't train people. Have you seen my flyer of training people on marketing before? I don't think I've done that. Maybe once, which I tried since then. But it depends on how those persons want. They are luxury selling. Luxury selling is not on internet. It's in circle. So services like this thrive, but it does not mean that you cannot be the first person to thrive, to start. Lawyers originally, lawyers never put on any of their services on internet, but today lawyers are also doing advertising. So you need to think, how can you structure, if that is what you are asking about that. And please, how can I manage my brand visibility? You are going to learn about that tomorrow when this Peter talks about it. The person should fix funnel. Yeah, I recommended the funnel principle too. Why do some buyers delay buying? Why do some buyers delay buying even when they need your product or service? I have talked about the steady guys in the four dominant in the four or sell persona in the Dix framework I talked about. There are people that takes a lot of time for them to make a decision because they don't want to make a mistake. They don't want to make a mistake. So they take a lot of time for them to think about if this thing you actually selling to them is actually what they want. They take a lot of time. So what do you do? What do you do for those kind of people? You follow them slowly. So this is it. They take a lot of time. Is this safe? Is this supported? Will this actually work? Honest guidance, step by step. Are you willing to actually do it step by step for them? They don't need technical aggression. Decide now, act fast. You don't use those kind of languages to them. Support. Are you willing to support them? And what kind of message, again, do you use? Let me make this easy. Have you tried to make it easier for them to make that decision? So those kind of people fall into the steady buyers category in the Dix framework. I can't do that. Okay. You can compare the price. Alfred, you asked us to sell our truth. Now my question is, how do you sell to someone you always underprice your? Okay, thank you. Mr. Alfred, you asked us to sell our truth. Now my question is, how do you sell to someone who always underprice your product? How do you convince the person? So that is it. I am not at my stage, right? At my stage, at my level, I'm sorry. I am not to convince you that much. There are people that will never buy from you, even if you sell for $1. So your product does not mean that because when the person always underprice you, it means that your service, that person is not your buyer, it's not your user. The person will not find value, even if they pay you, even if they afford to pay you, they will not find value in what you are offering. So you don't try to sell to them. Don't even try to sell to anybody. It's a wicked thing. Please don't try to sell to anybody. Take money from them. Enter their wallet. and take money from them. So how do you take money from them? You give them a superior value. If the value is not higher than the price, nobody will buy from you. If the value you are giving is not higher than the price, nobody will buy from you. Like the conversation we are having today, it's priced $1,200. If they have to train you on sales and coaching using a Dix framework, is $1,200, which the last time I actually did. But you're actually having it for free. And a lot of person will again come back to watch this, and they will use it to learn and to even. I know how many of you that are actually using ChatGPT to say, ChatGPT, draft my message using Dix framework. If you have actually not started that on the call, it means that this conversation was not for you. Thank you. And the steady buyers, them too much. Wow. Yeah, they are actually much. That's the truth. The steady buyer are very too much in them more. So you need to know how to break into your brain, and using David's hypnosis, which I don't want to talk about because it is against my ethical principle. Thank you. So they are much. So you need to know how to fix that. So I think that is the conversation, and that is
So there's a question we skipped some time ago. So I don't
which
know
one?
whether we attended to this. Describe a real-time scenario where a buyer shows resistance. What signals would you look for, and how would you adapt your approach instantly to reduce that resistance? I'm not sure we attended to this.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, Nibbles. So the truth about resistance happen because of one, the value you have given to them, they already have it, or they have half of it and did not have it full. So they are now trying to compress everything you are telling them into they had. English is very crazy language. So sorry. They are trying to compress every value you are actually giving to them in the present to the half they had received from somewhere. So you need to know if they already have an existing knowledge of that particular thing based on the conversation you have with them. That's one strategy. Two, the price and the person. See what I said? The price and the person. The price matters if the person is a resistive person. Based on the conversation you have with them, you will know if this person is a resistive person. Like me, I am not a resistive person because I am an impulse buyer. I don't resist price because I am an impulse buyer. I can just wake up and go to Walmart. Before I come back, I'll spend all the $1,000. I can wake up and just say, let me just see small thing on my Amazon card. Before you know, I have spent $150. So I am not a resistive person. So you know people that are resistive. So how can you frame this message? How can you turn around in real time? All these things has to happen in 2 minutes, which we talked about. The third one is, can that person trust you? We talked about that yesterday. David talks about that yesterday. Can that person trust you? Because sometimes the reason why people resist you, it's not because of your vocabulary. It's not because of your vocabularies. It's because of the trust. Can they trust you? Have you signaled to them that they can actually trust you? Which is a bigger problem. It is even more bigger than price. Being able to trust you that you can actually handle that. So it's bigger than price. So if all of these are more, you've actually seen it. When a buyer shows resistance, how would you adapt your approach instantly? So if it was because of price, hi David, I understand that price might actually be a problem this time, but I want you to actually say, or this is what XYZ. You acknowledge their problem. First, I don't know if it's price, right? Because we are not having a real-time conversation with the. I wish I have somebody for me to actually do. Like I touch the person to know that, but you will know if it's price. So you change the conversation. I understand that sometimes price might actually be a problem, but this is something you have to know. If it's about trust, Hi, Mr. Dev. I actually know that sometimes you have a difficulty in trusting people because more people have actually pitched this to you. That's for another angle. If it's another angle, thank you so much. I actually acknowledge that. But the truth is, what I'm trying to let you know, or what I am showing you, is something that XYZ is currently using. Now you are in cake business. There are different times that somebody will need a cake for birthday, for marriage, and your approach will be very different from somebody in a different industry. So you only have to know what is the bigger picture of that person for you to change the conversation in real time. It's that one. Changing conversation in real time is even more sweeter because like you get them to say yes immediately and you get your money immediately. If the price is, if the value is not higher than the price, yep, that's true. Please, I did not
If it,
understand the Dix framework. DISC. That is what I used in teaching. DIXC. Please go to the ChatGPT, where you just tell ChatGPT with everything. Okay, let me give you a very fine prompt. Go to your ChatGPT now. Say ChatGPT. Please don't say ChatGPT. Say, with everything you know about me, I want you to categorize me, or what, or however you want to say, using the Dix framework. DISC. Then you can actually learn from them about you. Trust is a signal. Thank you so much, guys. I think that is the final question, and we have
yeah.
fitted
So
that.
I have I noticed that somebody did try defining or describing what Dynefolio is, but we skipped the person's response. So I found it and then
Okay.
I put it here. So I don't know. What do you think?
In hospitality business, food isn't enough. Customer need to find you and order. So Danfolio does not help customer to find you,
It does actually.
because you it's not it does not help customer to find you in a way, because you have to go to the restaurant before you can actually use Danfolio.
Okay, so let me just correct that a little bit. So
Yeah.
it actually does, because if you visit the website dynefolio.com, you can discover restaurants near you. So
Ye-
it does.
okay. Okay.
It does.
Okay. Danfolio fixes the chaos and order easily. The fifth, it's one place for other menus and online presence. Now, if you are pitching this to me, I will not go for it, because you, in a hospitality business, food isn't enough. You've not targeted me. I was asking you to target me. That was what I said in the conversation. I asked you to target me. So you targeting me, you are writing this for a business owner, as if I am the owner of the hospitality business or the restaurant or anything. So you have to know again. Okay, now in sales again, you have to know when you want to go and market Dynefolio, which we have started, and you even do more of it. You have to know who is the manager before you pitched, or who the manager is, who the marketing manager is, or who is actually managing their different catalog or whatever, so that the message you should have used for the CEO is not the one you are using for the higher or the marketing manager of that brand. So audience segmentation matters a lot in your approach to sales and marketing. So Kenny, that did not win my heart.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
I
Peter,
think
please go ahead. Yes.
we are we've exhausted everything we have for today.
Yes.
So someone asked a question or made an inquiry. This live will be available for you to rewatch, but only for those who register, attend the class at least, and register and join our community. Very important, because we've decided that this might probably be happening almost every week. We will have mini workshops under 2 hours every week, just to share with you what we know about sales. So it's not just about the masterclass alone. So this replay will be available for everybody who have registered and joined the community. So if you are listening to me right now and you're not part of the WhatsApp group, please make sure you are part of that group and make sure you also register. It's very important that you register so that you get updates as well. So that's it. I was your host for tonight, Peter Ayo. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Peter. Thank you so much, Alfred. Thank you so much for sharing your vast wealth of knowledge. Yeah, thank you so much. Did I say it correctly?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much, everyone, for participating in the 205 of the masterclass on sales. We're going to be having another session tomorrow, and it to be anchored by Mr. Peter Ao, and he will be focusing on visibility. So, if at all you've always been interested in figuring ways to stay properly visible, then you shouldn't miss tomorrow's session. So far we've had like day one hit, and then day two amazing stuff. So uh, tomorrow is going to be super amazing. Even thank you very much, and have a lovely night, a lovely day, and see you tomorrow. Good night.
All right, guys. Bye bye.